Let's continue by going over Auto Orient. So let's navigate to the project panel and create a new composition. You can leave the settings here as they are. 5 seconds is good. Click OK. Let's go ahead and draw an arrow. To draw an arrow, we're going to use the star tool. And this is a little bit tricky, but it's really cool. Start drawing your star and do not release your mouse button. Use the down arrows on your keyboard to get rid of some of the points until you have 3. There you go. Do not release the mouse button yet. Press and hold the space bar and move the tip of the arrow so that the anchor point is somewhere around there. And now go ahead and release. With that layer still selected, go ahead and grab the rectangle tool. And now let's just draw the body of the arrow. To adjust, you can press and hold the space bar while still holding the mouse button down. And there you go. Go ahead and choose the selection tool and click on your layer. Let's go ahead and get rid of the stroke. So with the layer selected, go ahead and click on the word stroke up here and select the first icon, which will get rid of it. Click OK, and there you go. We have an arrow. What we need to do is we need to have this arrow going across the screen on an elliptical shape. To do that, let's go ahead and create a solid. The shortcut for it is Control or Command Y. Any color is fine. We're just going to use it to create a mask on it. Let's go ahead and choose your ellipse tool and just create an elliptical mask. And that's pretty good. Go ahead and press M for mask. Click on the words mask path and copy. Control or Command C. You can now select the layer and delete it. Just press the delete key and there you go. Select the arrow layer and press the letter P for position. Click on the word position and paste. Control or Command V. And there you go. You can RAM preview this and the arrow is just going in an elliptical shape. The only thing is that it's going a little bit backwards. Go ahead and click on the word position. Right-click one of the keyframes. Select Keyframe Assistant, Time Reverse Keyframes. And now it should at least start. Going forward, there you go. Select the layer, just click on it and go under Layer, Transform, Auto Orient. Choose Orient Along Path and click OK. Do a RAM preview, that's 0 on the numeric keypad, and there you go. Now the arrow is always pointing to where it's going, and that's really cool. If you need to, you can always globally adjust the rotation parameters. By globally, I mean don't keyframe. So press the letter R for rotation, and you can just change these values to whatever you need to adjust the rotation of the arrow. Let's go ahead and draw another shape in here. Let's change the color to a blue. Oh, deselect the arrow. And let's draw something else. Column. I'll change this one now to a green. And what I want is to make it look like the arrow is orbiting around the column. Obviously, because of the layer stacking order, the arrow is going to look like it's in front of the column or behind the column. So let's go ahead and rename these layers so that we know which layer is which. The top one is the column. Select it, press Return or Enter, and just type in the new name. And the bottom one is the arrow. Same thing. There you go. Now we need to decide whether we want for the arrow to start in front of the column or behind the column. If we want it to start in front of the column, all we need to do is drag the layer up so that it is on top in the layer stacking order. There you go. Let's go ahead and scrub the timeline. At around this point in time, the arrow should be behind the column. So with the arrow layer still selected, go under Edit, Split Layer. What split layer does is that it makes a copy of that particular layer and it modifies the in of one layer and the out of the other one. So let's grab the arrow 2 layer that just got created and position it under the column in the layer stacking order. And now it's going behind. And at around here, it should go back on top. So just select the arrow 2 layer and do again Edit, Split Layer. And now move the arrow 3 layer to on top of the column. Let's press the letter U so that we can see the keyframes. And let's have a perfect loop here. So go to the last keyframe, press the Page Up button, and now the letter N to shorten the work area bar, and do a RAM preview. That's 0 on the numeric keypad. By using the split layer technique, you can create these kind of fake depths, and you can also keyframe things that are otherwise unkeyframeable, like the color of a solid, a layer blending mode, etc., etc.